Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Love Chichi's Kitchen. I'm so glad you could join me. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make jollof rice. I've had a few requests on that, so I'm going to teach you how we prepare that in Nigeria. It's actually a main meal when we have like parties or occasions or even at home. So let's get started. I like to play music when I cook. This one playing is by Nathaniel Bassett. Dear Lord, all power belongs to you, oh Lord. Yes, all power belongs to God. So I'm going to start by showing you my ingredients, what I'm going to be using to cook. Here I have my rice. I'm using the Uncle Ben's long grain white rice, which is already parboiled. Corns tomato paste, corns fire roasted diced tomatoes, roasted red and yellow bell peppers. You know I love to cook with that. My onions, I have the red ones and the yellow organic onions. And then I'm going to be putting some spices. I'm going to show you what they are. I'm also making some vegetables to go with that. Brussels sprouts. I have broccoli. And I'm going to make chicken as well. I bought the organic wingettes. I will show you how I cook my own chicken. But I've already washed everything. It's clean and nice. I'm also making some fried plantains. A lot of times when we make jollof rice, we have fried plantains to go with that. It's usually very yummy. So let's go on. So today I'm going to be using my yellow caraway pots. Yeah, it's summertime. I just love how bright they are. Can you see the color? All my vegetables are washed nicely. I'm going to try to season my chicken, and these are the ingredients I'm going to be using. Let me show you. You see? I have curry. I have crushed red pepper. I have thyme. I have the chicken bouillon, like the Knorr cubes. I have the Maggi crayfish from Nigeria. I have black pepper. I have salt. I have lemon peels that are ground. Lemon adds a very good flavor to your chicken, so I have that. And I have garlic. And then I'm going to put some onions. So I'm going to mix all of this in like that. My hands are clean because I'm going to rub that onto the chicken, let it marinate just a little bit, and then I'll put it on the stove to cook. And when I'm done with that, I push it in the oven. My oven is already heating up. I preheated my oven to 450 degrees on broil. So, because I want it to have that kind of crisp, crunchy when you're eating it. Sometimes I just throw in the chicken straight up. And then if I wanted to broil it straight in the oven, then I'll marinate it for a bit. But I've chosen to do this method today. And then I usually like my chicken cooked really well, and that's another reason why when I finish, I'm also going to try to broil it in the oven to crisp it a little bit. So this is all ready, and I'm going to let that sit. My broccoli is going on the stove. I just add water and some salt, some crushed black pepper, and I put some, I can't believe it's not butter on it. I don't put too much water in my vegetables because again I don't want them too soggy. So I'm going to show you. I just have little water here. And add some salt, some crushed black pepper, This is the I can't believe it's not butter I'm using. I like it because it's rich in omega-3 and it's supposed to have less calories in it. So cover that and let it simmer for a bit. So now I'm on to my Brussels sprouts. This is what I'm going to use for my Brussels sprouts because it's going right into the oven. I'm going to pat that dry because I don't want the excess water in it. So I have patted that dry. So again, now to the trick for the Brussels sprouts. So I'm gonna put some salt. Brussels sprouts need a little bit more salt because if not it won't be sweet. Now here's my magic ingredient, honey. Let me open it. So I drizzle the honey over my Brussels sprouts. Look at that. You want to make sure that that honey covers it. I'm gonna put some crushed pepper. So see, it's ready. So I'm gonna push it into the oven. So let me check on my broccoli and let's see how that's doing. Another way I cook my broccoli is to boil very hot water and just put the broccoli in it, put some salt, put your, I can't believe it's not butter, and just leave it. For a little bit you see the color changes to green and then it's not soggy. You still have that crunch when you bite into your Brussels sprouts, and it's quick, it's easy. So you could try that as well. You see that color? See what I was telling you? See the color? See? It's still green and nice and it's not soggy. Let's try it and see. It's hot, guys. That's good. One more thing. If you want to stop the cooking process for your vegetables, you just run cold water over it and it stops the cooking process so that they don't keep boiling. But this one I'm not doing it like that because we're going to eat it soon, so I'm just going to put it. So at this point my chicken is ready to go on the stove, so I'm going to put it right there. Add some more water. Turn on the heat. And let it be. So I'll let that simmer for a bit. So while that is cooking, I'm going to start working on my plantains. I'm going to wash them, chop them, and then fry them. So I already have my oil in the pan ready for my plantains. I have olive oil in there. Sometimes I use like the canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever oil you want to use that is, you know, good and healthy. And I don't pour away my oil when I finish cooking, like frying plantains. I let them cool down and then I save them in a container. That way I can use it again and I'm not wasteful. So just a quick tip to help you. So let's check on my chicken and see how it's doing. Whoa, look at that. It looks really good, right? So I'm going to stir that up just so I make sure that every side of it is cooked well before I push it into the oven. Let me go and check on my Brussels sprouts. So I want to show you what my Brussels sprouts look like. Look. You see how it has that nice brown color on the top? It's amazing. I'll soon take that out. And then my plantain is already frying. So while all that is cooking, I'm going to start working on the tomato sauce for my jollof rice. I'm also going to use the meat stock from my chicken to cook my jollof rice. So I'm trying to multitask. I have a food order today and I'm trying to do everything to make sure that I have their food ready at the right time for lunch. So it helps to, you know, if you have a lot of stuff to do, start working on some, keep them, let them start cooking, but you have to remember, or you set a timer so you don't forget to check on them, bring them out of the oven and stuff like that, just to make your work faster and easier. That's my chicken, my fried plantains. I'm going to use this pot for my jollof rice, and then let me start working on my sauce. The first thing I'm going to do, drain out that oil. I want to drain off the oil so it's not too much. The oil is put to preserve it. So my fried plantains are ready to be out, and my chicken is getting ready to come out and go into the oven on broil. Looking good, guys! We're making progress. So I'm putting all my tomatoes, red bell peppers that were preserved in oil, and my roasted tomatoes in the blender, because I'm going to blend them all. So my chicken is ready to go into the oven. You can see that, see the steam? And I actually put my Brussels sprouts on the cooker to soften it a little bit, so it's steaming a little bit. And I added some, I can't believe it's not butter to it, so it's not so dry. So you see that? You can also add olive oil if you want. So my Brussels sprouts are ready. See the color? See some of that sauce and juice from the honey, and I can't believe it's not butter. How cool is that? I love it. It tastes good too. Hold on. It's really nice. So I already have olive oil in my pot because I'm going to dice my onions and put them in the pot to, you know, cook a little bit, and then put the blended tomatoes and the bell peppers, add that to it to make my paste, and use my chicken stock. Remember that I said I was going to use for my jollof rice. Add that to it and get my rice ready. So let's go ahead. Let me finish blending. So I'm chopping my onions now. So I'm going to put that straight into my oil, and then work on chopping the yellow ones. So that is there. Let me start chopping the other ones. So that is ready. I'm getting excited. We're getting done, guys. So I'm going to wait for that onions to cook a little bit, and then I'm going to go and check on my chicken to see how that is doing, and I'll be back, okay? So because I have a big bag of, well, it's a medium bag though, but you know the rice swells, so I'm going to use this big pot to cook it. I always, even though they say the rice is parboiled, I always rinse out my rice and cook it for a little bit. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I use cold water to rinse out a lot of the starch from it. there are two ways you can cook your jollof rice. You can cook it when you finish making the sauce, and you just take the rice, pour it into it, add some more water, and with all your spices, and just let it to simmer. But there's another way I also cook it, and this is the other way. I'm going to cook the rice separately for a little bit, and then just to make sure it's not soggy, and then I'll push that out and then put that aside, make my sauce, and then I'll stir in my sauce into my rice. So that's my preferred method, but the other way was the way I learned doing it. You see my oil where I put the onions, see the color? After my onions had like a brown color, which I wanted, I added in some thyme, some curry, some Maggi, and some oregano. And I just let that simmer for a bit. And then once that is ready, I'm going to take my chicken stock, remember the chicken stock I made, and add into it. Sorry, I'll add the tomato paste first that I have made with the bell peppers that I blended. I'm going to add that into the oil first, and then I'll let that cook well, and then I'll pour my chicken stock into it. And then once I'm done, my rice would have already cooked. My rice is ready to go on the cooker, and then I'll now mix in my sauce into my rice. That's my preferred method. And a lot of times why I prefer to do that is because I'm able to check it to make sure it doesn't burn. I'm also able, even though that burnt flavor is also a good one sometimes, but sometimes it could burn so easy because I cook in bulk, so I use this big pot, and sometimes it burns easily like that at the bottom. The top will be fine, and also that way I'm not continuously monitoring how I add water and all that. Now the only thing I'm going to add to my rice will be salt. I'll just add a little bit of salt. I won't add much salt because I already have seasoning in my meat stock. So look at my chicken, guys. Look at that on broil. It's turning out good. So I'll soon bring it out. It's almost ready to be out. And my rice, my white rice is cooking. A lot of times I cook with basmati rice, but for jollof rice you don't want to cook with basmati rice because it won't turn out as well. So we usually use the Uncle Ben's rice. There's another rice, I don't remember. If I remember the name, I'll put it below in my bio so you can see it. So while my rice is cooking, I'm going to start working on my sauce. So I have the onions ready. I'm going to take the paste, the tomato paste with the bell peppers. Pour that in. I'm going to put all of it. Even if I don't use all the sauce, it's not wasted because there's something we call stew. And that day I'll show you how I make that. It's pretty easy. It's just like what I'm doing. But I can use that. We use it for eat rice, bread, whatever you want. Okay. So guys, see my stew is ready. So you can use this as it is to eat white rice, eat bread, but that's what I'm using for my jollof rice. And then my rice is also ready. So I'm going to turn it off because I don't want it to be soggy. Let me show you guys. See, my chicken is ready. This is my chicken. Let me taste it. Look. Yeah. This is my best top. My friend will say, I got no good. I mean, the sweetness goes to your head. So nice, guys. So let me show you what my sauce looks like after I have added the chicken stock. You see that? Let's see, look at the look of that. So I'm going to mix that into my rice. Let me bring it closer so you see what I'm doing. Adonai, we worship you. I'm trying to get all the rice at the bottom. Let me take it back. Add more sauce. So you want it to be rich. You see? This is how I'm mixing mine. Where are my jollof rice lovers? It's coming up, guys. Just using all of it. But you see, let me show you. You see what's left? I'm going to use that to eat bread. So see me mixing it, stirring all of that in. See the color? So good. Sometimes I heat it back on the fire, but it's fine. It's good now. Thank you, guys. So my jollof rice is all ready. You can see my jollof rice there. My fried plantains, my broccoli, my Brussels sprouts, my chicken. And this is the leftover of my sauce that I said can be eaten with bread. And you see how beautiful my table setting is with the yellow from my caraway pot set. How they pop. I love that color for summer. So thank you all for stopping by. I'm so glad you could join me today. And I hope to see you next time in my upcoming videos. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Till next time, take care and God bless. Bye.